Right. Welcome.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, we've been saying we're going to do this for a while.
Yeah,
It's a good start.
finally got around to it. First
Exactly.
podcast.
First podcast. I'm going to play the little bit of the host, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be all right.
So, obviously, it's your YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and we're going to go off of that. So, why don't you obviously introduce yourself from people that might not know you and they come across your channel?
So my name's Adam. I've been trading for just over 6 years now, and like my main focus is kind of the educational side, trying to get people into understanding what trading's really about, not just the shit that you see on social media where it's all like money, lifestyle. This is what bought me this, all that bollocks. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not the case.
Lamborghinis.
Yeah. And just trying to educate people into how to be smart about it and not be kind of radical and that sort of thing.
How long have you been doing it? Like, when did you get involved?
So I did stock trading first. So I did just your average kind of putting money into stocks back in 2018. And then my ex-girlfriend, her brother-in-law got me into like looking at CFDs and Forex and stuff like that. So it was more around sort of the first lockdown that I kind of was put in the position where I couldn't work because I was a self-employed barber. So barbershops were locked down, and just kind of I had a lot of time to either sit and play Xbox and waste away, or try and find something that I'd never have to worry about being in that position again.
Yeah.
Because the markets were still open. So
That's crazy. Like, the markets were open, but everything was closed.
Yeah, but it was good because it kind of put me into like a really abnormal position in learning how to trade, because the markets were just tanking because the economy was closed. So pairs like GBP, USD, and all that sort of stuff, the British pound was just falling to the floor.
Plummeting.
So it put me in a good kind of tough position to understand why that was happening and all that sort of stuff. So, but just came across. Happened to come across a group of people on social media, and obviously as soon as you watch one thing, like more and more things start coming up on the algorithm. Just found someone on YouTube that was giving out free content, and just started to watch videos over and over again. And then just kind of got a free demo account, started to play around, but I made a lot of the earlier mistakes that people are making like now, which is taking what you do on a demo account and thinking that's going to be gospel when you move over to live money, and it's just not.
What is the difference psychological? Like, oh, you're doing something on a demo, it works, and then you come to the real world. Is it like people are closing trades early because they get a bit tense, or what's the situation that makes it different from a demo to a real account?
Well, you've not got any emotion attached to demo money, right? So you can be a bit more kind of sporadic with it, and maybe enter positions in at stupid times, and because you're not really bothered because you're not losing money, and then the money that you see, you automatically think that is going to be transferable over to when you first put live money into an account. You think, oh yeah, I'm going to be making 10 grand when I've only got 400 quid in my account. Most of these demo accounts are 300k, 400k, a million.
Okay.
And it allows you to place ridiculous lot sizes on the account, because the brokers know what they're doing. They're trying to draw you in. Like, they're trying to make you think like that's achievable after your first week of trading, and it's just not. So then when you put live money in, automatically you start to get this kind of nervousness, like even more, almost like going into a casino. There's that kind of aspect of being nervous about putting 100 quid on black or something like that. So as soon as you place the trade and you start to figure out, well, why can't I place like this ridiculous lot size that I could on the demo account on this account? And because the broker obviously won't allow you to do it. It
just doesn't work the same. So let's say this, okay. What's the top 5 tips of the trade would you give to people who are just getting started, or maybe they have got started and they're trying to find their way?
I mean, firstly, like, do research before you even jump on a MT4 or an MT5 account. Do some research first. There's plenty of people on YouTube that give out like free content.
Good advice as well, yeah.
Even just like something like baby pips. If
Okay.
you're like, I'm not a very good, like, I can't focus if I'm reading something. I have to be like watching something.
Yeah.
So I never really looked at baby pips, but baby pips is like the dictionary for trading. You know, there's a lot of shit in there that you don't actually need, but
Okay,
it will give you the breakdown on how to do bits and pieces.
sure.
Secondly, like,
So he's gonna put a link
yeah,
for
I'll
whoever
put a
doesn't
link
know
down
what
below
that is.
for baby
I don't know what
pips.
that is, so he's gonna put whatever we talk about, and he's giving you tips. He'll put a link. Okay.
Yeah.
So number one, baby.
Baby pips, or just some, like, I mean, I could probably give you, like, the person that helped me when I first started was a guy called Chris Swaggy C. Williams.
Okay.
So his YouTube link I'll put in the description.
Sure.
But he's got a lot of good free videos. It's very,
Amazing.
very early on stuff, which is the best.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched all of his stuff before I actually then bought his mentorship.
Okay. So that's number one. Do some
yeah.
research.
Yeah. Number two, which is probably like the biggest thing that I see every day, is learning risk management. Right. Understanding what like 1% of 400 is. Like, it baffles me that the majority of people can't, like, if you ask them what's 1% of 400, they can't tell you.
Okay.
Right.
So is it that people just have unrealistic expectations and they think that with
Yeah.
small amounts of money they're gonna make a lot of money quickly,
But then that's
and
how
that's
it's,
not realistic?
That's how it's promoted. I mean, you look at any sort of social media post, it's, you know, I call it the pigeon generation.
Okay.
Because they're just fascinated by the money that's moving.
Yeah.
I mean, and the more amount of money that's on the screen, the more people want to get involved, because, you know, it's something that no one's ever seen before.
Fair enough.
Which makes me laugh, because every time that I used to post stories back in like 2021, 2022, no one gave a fuck. Like, no one was interested. But now, obviously, it's, you know, over the last 2 years grown. Everybody just wants to see the money and what it can buy you, and not understanding the risk that's involved in producing that money, because 9 times out of 10, the person that's promoting it isn't even placing the trades themselves.
So number one, get some knowledge.
Number two, risk management.
Risk management.
Like, if anything, like, the next fucking 3 can be just risk management. If you if you can understand how to correctly risk,
Okay.
then your longevity in this is like 10 times over.
That's something I've noticed as well. Like I've tried to get involved in trading. I don't have the patience. I don't have the time. But like you said, like it's like you're expecting fireworks off the get-go.
Straight off the bat, yeah.
Right? And you're willing to risk so much because you're like, but I can get X. Like I remember I put you in touch with someone a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And their expectation was, no, I need to make 20-30% straight
month.
away. Yeah, which was like, even you found that funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's because no one understands, like, obviously this industry is, you know, jobs for people.
Yeah.
You know, Wall Street, banks, institutions, hedge funds, all them sort of things, they're the ones that are actually doing this for real life. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, if you start to look at the stats of, you know, these guys are producing, you know, maybe 20-30% a year, right? And they are employed to manage billions of, you know, dollars of investors' money. Like, how the fuck do you think that you're going to come in and make 40% every single year? So you're going to outperform people that are employed by JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. Like, you're just not going to do it. So, like, I'd say number 3 is come in with low expectations. So, I mean, if you can make 1 or 2% a month, then you're making more than what an English like ISA account can give you on a yearly basis, and
and that should be enough, right?
Yeah, be satisfied with it. Like, but the problem is, like, as soon as someone makes that on like £100, 1 or 2%, it's £2, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like people are wowed by making £2, because you could probably find £2 lying on the fucking street. But understanding that, you know, if you can compound that on a monthly basis and also outsource like money, compound from the outside as well as in, soon enough you've got an account that's now 1,000, 2,000, and your 1% and 2% a month are equivalent into bigger money.
So I guess when you're getting started, focus more on the percentage gain rather than the actual value of the
money.
game.
Yeah, because
fair enough.
Obviously it all makes, you know, everyone gets into it to make money,
of course.
But if you can understand the percentage gain over the money that is being made, like you've got a longer kind of journey in this than anybody else.
I mean, I'm in a similar industry. People just come in and think they're going to make millions very quickly.
Yeah.
So I completely understand the background of why people come into it and what the expectation is. But I guess it's like, don't expect to become wealthy off of this overnight. It's a learning curve that's going to take years, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but I think it's also generational based.
Okay.
Right? We're both older guys.
Yeah.
We come from a generation that's, you know, not been involved in social media, you know,
Very
we haven't
true.
grown up on that sort of stuff. So I think understanding or being realistic in our generation is not so much now. You know, people are very much like how it's promoted is how it's like kind of computed in their heads that, oh, okay, well, you know, I should be making this because that person's doing it.
I mean, we live in I was having a very long-winded conversation about this yesterday. We're in a social media generation now. What's happening right now? Everything is very smaller cycle. I think just because before, if you wanted to get involved in something, that was your career.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it's like you have access to so much information online, and also you have access to so many people who are pushing a lot of things online.
Yeah.
So that person, if you find people who are telling you can make money overnight, well, they need to do that because of the content they're making. And I think people need to separate the content from reality.
Yeah.
Because if I make a bunch of videos just talking about average returns, that might not get me as much eyeballs as if I come out off the get-go and go, oh my God, look at what just happened.
Yeah, or you're stood beside a Lamborghini or outside a mansion or whatever. I think the generation now, their attention span is like that. Do you know what I mean? They haven't got the patience to go through the cycle of getting there. They want to just skip corners. And they think, again, like this is, I'd say number 4 would be, you know, a lot of people straight away go to groups, right? They're looking for Telegram groups. They're looking for free signals and all that sort of stuff. Not the way.
No.
Thankfully, like when I started, there wasn't any Telegram groups. There wasn't any signal groups.
Because it'll destroy your bank. Like it'll destroy your pocket size.
You're putting the not the pressure, because obviously the person that's sending out signals isn't feeling the pressure, but you're putting your expectations on them to make you the residual income. And
a lot of time people just don't have the knowledge. Like you're blindly, like you said, gambling. You're throwing your money in the middle.
You don't know where those signals are coming from.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this is something that I find very difficult when it comes to trading, is like, forget the signals, right? How are you supposed to make educated trades? Where do you get your information from?
I mean, from like, this is where I'm saying putting the time in to learn. Every single trade is just an idea.
Okay.
Right? Because at the end of the day, we don't know as retail traders where the market's going.
Right.
We can, and again, this is when people say like, oh, trading is like gambling.
Yeah.
There's a difference between, you know, casino gambling and trading, purely and solely because the market can give you indications of where it wants to go.
Okay.
Whereas you going in, putting £10 on black, you don't know where that fucking ball is going to stop, right? There's no way. It's got a X
it's a game of pure chance.
percent chance of where it's going to drop. Whereas with trading, the market, the structure, candlesticks, you know, levels, economic news, whatever it might be, those are they're like hints of where the market is going to go. and you have to basically generate an idea based off of what you're seeing on the chart.
Right.
And not every idea is going to play out. Sometimes there might be corners the market wants to cut before it actually goes in the direction of your idea, but it's picking your point within that kind of movement to then get in. And again, number 5, I would say, is probably look at yourself as a person.
Okay.
Do you have the patience? Do you have the discipline? Do you have the confidence? How you are as a person, trading will elevate that 10 times over.
So this is kind of like when I came to you, I was like, listen, I don't have the time. I don't want to learn. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want someone to manage my money the right way.
Yeah.
Fair
And
enough.
it's, if you get triggered quickly, if you are an aggressive person, it's like gaming. You don't like losing, you're going to end up punching the screen. If you lose a trade, you're going to end up punching the screen.
No.
But what trading does do, if you really put yourself to it, it will teach you discipline. It will teach you confidence, patience, all that sort of stuff. Don't get me wrong. When I first started, I didn't have any of those: discipline, confidence, patience. It's very much something that I've learned, even I'd say in the past year, being understanding that we're in, kind of uncertain times, just in the world in general.
Yeah.
That is going to be reflected into the markets anyway.
Of course.
So you've got to be a lot more patient.
You're still gaining new skills.
Trading is one of those things that you never stop learning, because there'll always be something that the market does that you've never dealt with before, and B, you could see where somebody else couldn't see. Do you know what I mean? It might be certain indications that the market does that you've seen happen or robotically that makes you go, oh, right, I've noticed that happen over the last 3-4 days, and then the market's done this. So I'm actually just gonna take the initiative, jump in, and then it might go in your favor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so quick fire round. Let's round everything off.
Yeah.
So Adam, 5 recommendations and tips that you just said, all in one go. What are the 5?
First one, knowledge, education. Second one, risk management, equity, capital, whatever. Third one, fucking hell. Let's just say, looking at yourself as a person, if you've got what it takes, or understand if you've got what it takes. Fourth one, find yourself a good community.
Okay.
If you are going to look at signal groups, find ones that have got, other people that are involved that you can talk to. Not say, I'm going to probably shout out my one, took that trading group. But yeah, a good community of people that are all on the same path. Because, again, trading can be a lonely fucking journey.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people won't believe that, or a lot of people will think, oh, you're getting scammed, or it's never going to work, or whatever. You might have a lot of negativity from the outside world when you start this, but finding a group of people that are all on the same path, you get ideas from them, you might get tips from them. Do you know what I mean? That helps a lot.
And number 5?
And number 5, don't look at social media.
Okay, makes sense.
Switch off from anything trading related from social media.
Okay, hold on. Let's roll into the next thing. So we've mentioned the whole TikTokers, Instagrammers, Lamborghinis, popping bottles and XYZ. What makes your community different? What makes you different from that? What makes the people who are signing up to your community different?
Because I don't promote that.
Okay.
I don't, firstly, I've never been like that anyway. So I've never really been what I class as a flexy person. Okay. Because I just don't find that promoting you've got a Lamborghini or promoting that you're in a beach club every day it's not drive. Okay. Because it's situational for me. If you're an actual trader, you aren't doing those things. Do you know what I mean? Fair enough. 9 times out of 10, you're spending sort of 3-4 hours a day maybe looking at the charts until you get into a routine and till you understand that, okay, maybe not every day is a trading day, so you don't need to be looking at the charts that day. You can go off and do things.
Fair enough.
But thinking that the lifestyle of a trader is all flashy and fancy and, you know, this, that, and the third, it's not. I mean, it's a long process, and, you know, those things like buying Lamborghinis and popping bottles in beach clubs and stuff, even when you're generating money, they're not good investments. They're dead investments. I mean, being smart with the money that you make from trading is, you know, another thing, because it just leads down. It's like a branch off of the tree that you're building from trading.
Okay. So who are the people that you are seeing mostly benefiting from your style? What's their backgrounds? Where do they come from?
So like the clients?
Yeah,
or
because obviously you said your background was you were a barber in the UK, right? So what are the type of people that you're seeing that are coming to you and going, you know, I like your community, I like your type of content?
Just normal people, normal people that I have, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of guys in my community that have followed me from group to group.
Okay.
Which I guess is probably just more of a, I don't want to say relationship because I don't know them in person, but I know them by like name and talking to them on a day-to-day basis. But that'll just be, you know, they like me as a person, maybe the energy that I give off, because, you know, every day they see me on some sort of camera because I'm doing daily videos and streams and stuff like that. But I think very much like the energy that you give off, people kind of are drawn towards. I mean, if you're an arrogant twat, I personally, just being from the generation that I'm from, I don't find that appealing to focus on.
Fair enough, yeah.
But don't get me wrong, this is a very toxic, driven generation. The more drama and more arrogant you are, I think it draws the majority of people towards them.
You know what's weird is, like, as I said, because I'm involved in marketing, one of the things that I've recently noticed is, yes, we are absolutely so focused on numbers, right? I'm not talking about financial, I'm just talking about like viewership and number of eyeballs on you at all times. But just because you generate a lot of eyeballs on you doesn't mean that's good for your business. Like, that's one thing I've noticed. Like, I'm mostly involved in real estate, right? Like, this is the conversation I've been having with so many of my own agents. It's like, okay, just because the market is going to the point where people are making silly videos just for relevance and eyeballs, that doesn't mean that that's good for your business. At the end of the day, there has to be a difference between a professional setup and a content creator, social media influencer style. Like, I think this is where everything's gotten a bit, I would say, diluted. Is like, if you're a professional business individual, it doesn't really matter what your business is. You should really have an image of that rather than how do I get as many people to watch me as possible, which is the kind of the social media generation influencer style. So I absolutely agree. It's like, pick where you want to be. I think some people get all caught up in the numbers of how many people are watching them and how many followers they have. But I would personally rather have a video, when I make my videos about real estate, I would rather have a video where 1,000 people watch me, and out of that 1,000 people, 300 of them are my clients, rather than 10,000 people watch me and it's just like people watching me because I'm doing something stupid on camera.
Yeah, very much. Like, I'm exactly the same. Like, you look at my social media platform, or my Instagram,
which is terrible.
Yeah, which I've been told is terrible. That's something that I focused on, and, you know, I've had people say, "No, bro, you need to be doing this. No, you need to be posting that." And again, I think I've never been the type of person to fake something that I'm not, i.e. like a persona. I can't pretend to be an arrogant twat, you know, to generate views that might get me a few people, because I'm always thinking that, for one, that's not me. For two, I don't want people to think that's me. And for three, there's a vast majority of those people. So like, how am I any different to the people that are doing that? Do you know what I mean? Like, my social media is just chart work, because,
I mean, to be honest, I've given you that criticism. Your social media looks like a quite strange. Let's say.
Yeah, but
But
on the flip
but
side,
I would say but you're not like that on Twitch. You're only like that on Instagram, which is weird.
but that's because I don't like. I think with Twitch and stuff like that, where it's interaction with people
Yes.
in real time, I can fart about. I can be like a bit of a dickhead sometimes, or I can talk about topics that might be outspoken or whatever. But if it comes to like actually filming something or even just like doing pictures, I'm not a fucking poser. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna stand in. I tried it. I did it for like a couple of months.
Do what I do. Just get a private photographer.
Rented the cars, all that sort of bollocks, and I looked at the posts. I'm thinking,
I hate this.
yeah. Like, and I think that's also generated by like the comments as well.
Okay.
I don't think like I didn't see stuff in the comments that I was like, oh yeah, this is making a massive difference. Because you're living in a generation where I'd say the vast majority of are toxic.
Right.
They get a kick out of
course, yeah.
being negative because they haven't got anything to be positive about. Whereas I'd rather promote something that people can go, right, actually I do believe that I can get into this and actually do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, like I said, they're not doing that.
I mean, the way I see it is, who is my ideal client, and how comfortable would I be if they come across my page, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we're talking about the similar types of people, right? When we're now we have to separate from like the group to the actual business that you're running and like your client base, right? And it's like I always thought, okay, the people that I'm in touch with, for example, the asset managers and the family funds people from the US, etc., right? How would I feel if they came across my social media?
Yeah.
And obviously, eventually, if you have a personal relationship with them, they will come across your social media. And if it's silly videos for the sake of going viral, well, that doesn't give those type of people a lot of confidence.
So like the reason why I agree with this is because obviously, like me and you have done some business together on a property. Now, I'm not going to name names, but there's another person that's on social media that I happen to always seem to come up across his videos.
Okay.
I don't like his content. I wouldn't trust going to him or messaging him to go, oh, can you get me a property? Or
So this is a real estate person?
Yeah.
Okay.
And his videos come up on my FYP for a lot because obviously as soon as you watch a video for a certain amount of time, that's right, you fucked yourself then. But say I was to like come across your stuff, which is a bit more professional. It's not trying to be toxic and appeal to the toxic generation because you're like, look, I want to do this and get you this.
Yeah.
With and there's no persona of like, yeah, he could definitely like scam me or he's trying to make a bit of money off the top or whatever. Like, but then I think it's an older thing.
It's a personality thing as well, I think. I mean, like I said, like I think real estate and trading, financial industries, I think they're very closely aligned. So I think like, the image that we're giving is very similar. Like, and yes, it's more of a personality thing. It's more like there's a lot of people who want to be flashy and arrogant and out there, but they haven't had the opportunity to. And as soon as they become a little bit successful, that trait in them kind of shoots out.
Yeah.
And then obviously at the same time, there's the other side of the people where once the success comes, then they'll start to go down the business mindset more because that's just what they're more typically aligned with.
Well, it's just, I think like having more money only elevates the person that you were with money before.
And let's move on to the next thing. People don't usually talk about mistakes, right? So give me one mistake that you did that you had hoped or wished someone had told you about prior to making it. It's uncomfortable. People don't usually like to talk about mistakes.
There's a number of them.
Yeah.
I don't think there's not just one significant one. I think there's like a few, and I think that's in trading and outside of trading.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest mistake I think it's got to be expectations.
Right.
Expecting that every single trade that you take to be a winner.
Okay.
And I mean, like I saw a good quote from, you know, a professional, more old school trader. Like the best traders are produced from losses.
Right.
Because you enduring a loss and how you deal with that loss will define you as a trader for the foreseeable future. If you take that loss and you're emotional and you know, go around smashing things up and whatever, then, you know, you've got a very short-lived, like, journey in this. But if you know, take that loss as almost like an educational type thing, where you go, right, okay, well, there's a reason why I lost. So I need to look at why I lost, and there will be an answer in that loss as to why, you know, it ended going the wrong way.
I mean, I don't think anyone who's successful ever, I think this is probably like the most important take, is anybody who's successful ever has had so many, I wouldn't say mistakes, I would say they've had so many situations where they've had to pick themselves back up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what industry you're in.
It's called fucking up. Like, you have got to fuck up. Like, you've got to fuck up to understand why you fucked up. Do you know what I mean? So it's an important lesson within that kind of thing. Like, within that fuck up, you know, you've got a lesson in there that you can learn, and therefore then means that, okay, well, I'm not going to do that thing the next time. I mean, but that's life in general. Like, you'll go through life fucking up with friendships and like relationships with people, whatever. Like, the funny thing is with trading, it is very much like real life situations happen in trading as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
So, Adam, plug in your
So my
socials,
Instagram's Adam Took That.
which
I
is
think,
rubbish, and you're not going to see any photos of him ever.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Maybe I need to appeal to the older generation and not do those flashy things.
Yeah, no flashiness, but at least some.
That I have a life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, trading group is Took That Trading Group, and the website is tookthattrading.com.
Okay. YouTube, obviously, I'm assuming this is going on YouTube.
Adam 2 Stack, so this video will be on there anyway. But
Okay. Yeah, so hold on. Everything that you have online, you're known as Adam
Took That.
Took That.
Yeah. Which is reference to photography, because I used to be a photographer. So took that as in took the picture.
There we go. So you can find them on there.
Yeah.
As you said, Twitch, Instagram.
Thank you for having me on.
Done.